Hello everyone. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. It's Friday. I'm so happy it's Friday. I don't know why. But welcome to this will be my last stream before my hiatus, which is sad in a way, but also it marks I feel like a milestone. I made it. I did the whole summer streaming. I'm very proud of myself because I've never been able to stick with it so long in the past when I've done it. So it's very exciting. And yeah, I just thank you all for being a part of the journey with me of learning how to stream, updating my stream and whatnot. Because I don't think I could have done it. Well, obviously I couldn't have done it without you guys. You guys' support is part of what made me want to keep going with it, want to keep trying. And I had like so much fun throughout the summer, and I can't wait to continue. Just onward and upward with streaming is my goal. Now today, as I said, my birthday's on Monday, so it's not today, but it's on Monday. So I figured today I'd do a little birthday themed stream. In the corner here, you see this little GIF. It's like a little silly little birthday video I was thinking about making, and I've decided we're just gonna try to animate it some today. It was it's that one Sinjin drowning audio where it goes, "I'm one," because I'm turning 21. So I thought it'd be funny, a little silly, haha. But yeah, today we're just gonna be taking it easy, animating this a little bit. If I get fed up, maybe I'll do like doodles or whatever about other stuff. But for now, this is what we're gonna be working on, just chilling for one last stream before my short hiatus. Give me 1 second and I'll get started. Okay, let's get her started. Yeah, so the unique situation though is I don't have like very casual the way I'm going about this. So I don't have like a model sheet or anything like that. And honestly, I don't animate. I'm not an animator. I'm an artist or just an illustrator first. So we'll see how this turns out. I just sometimes I like to do little fun animations and stuff. So that's what we're gonna do here today. I'm just grabbing a bit of her, like her head. Or maybe I should just grab a whole body shot. Maybe the chibi one. So I don't have to keep going back and forth to remember what she looks like. She's so tiny. Oh, because I chose the some layer management real quick. Gotta choose a liner brush because that's the thing with animation. I can never really decide what type of liner would be best. I think this one should be okay. I never know if thin lines or thick lines are better. I think I'll go with something thinner. Ooh. Let me just see with like the smaller version. So I want to make sure I think I'll go. I'll do 30. I think 30 should be a good size. Right, let's start with frame 1. And I'm going to try to keep everything as consistent as possible. To make things easier on myself, I'm going to do like blackout areas too. So as I said, I don't animate, so originally in my life, I wanted to be an animator. That was like my dream job. But I quickly realized I do not have the patience. Because with illustrations, like, they take a long time. But at least I can, like, see my progress pretty well. Like, if I work for 3 hours on an illustration, I can tell that I worked on it for 3 hours, like, when I go to look at what I did. Where an animation is, like, it always feels a little less forgiving. Where I can work on it for, like, 2, 3 hours and barely be able to, like, see my vision or see what I did, even. So when I realized that I have a hard time with that, I just was like, okay, maybe I can't be an animator like I thought. And since that, though, I've more so just, learning more about the jobs and whatever. For each type of art, I fallen in love with illustration a bit more anyway. So it all worked out because I figured out I'm destined to be an illustrator anyway. So it's all good. But that is one thing that is true. I wanted to be a cartoonist, or not a cartoonist, an animator. When I first realized I wanted to do art, I was first thinking animation. But right now, I'm just thinking about illustrating. And that's not to say I don't want to illustrate for, like, animation. I could, but I'm not looking to be an animator by job description right now. I take my first animation class ever this year. So I'm honestly really curious to see what's different or what I learn and everything like that. So I've done my own research and learning, but no, I've never taken a class for animation. So I'm curious. I'm excited, but I'm also nervous because to me, animating on a deadline does not sound fun. Does not sound fun whatsoever. But we'll see. Oops. I always do that where I tap the side and it takes me away. Hmm. It looks so cute there. I'm wanting it to look like decent, but I'm honestly not taking it too seriously too. This is a bottom line, just like a silly little video, little silly meme video. Because I usually do like a serious illustration for my birthday, and that's what I was going to do this time too. But I'm just not in the mood to do something like a full, like a regular serious illustration. Just I want to make something silly, so I'm honoring that feeling and allowing myself to do something silly. Let me see, because I need to do that more accurately. Accurate. Mm-hmm. Look at the burr. So it's very low frame rate. I'm not, cause again, I'm not taking this too seriously, so I'm not trying to do like a million frames or whatever. But the frames I drew out, I think, get the job done. I sketched it out yesterday, so I think it gets the job done for what this is. I think I need to move these up. Because she's kind of like leaning in, so that makes sense somewhat. A little off. And my goal is to make like this, keep the way I draw her very simple so that it's quick. Because I don't really necessarily want to do, spend forever on it and making it all very seriously done or anything. Yeah, because I spent a long time yesterday, preparing for the stream, but I also was trying to like sketch out, what I was actually going to draw. And everything I sketched out was not like hitting with me like the typical, oh, OC holding cake, OC like on a cake or something. They were just, it wasn't hitting this time. And I sketched out the little animation and I was like, okay, this is it. I want it to look goofy. The goofiness is the point. And I think I'm just gonna do it where I sketch. All right, line art, and then I just color it right away. I think we're gonna do that. Frame one, and duplicate this. And this one I just need eyes closed. I just replace these eyes open, eyes closed. And this is not an animation app, so most likely what I just will end up doing is I will, well, what I always do is I draw the frames and I will put them in probably Windows Movie Maker or EasyGIF to like actually animate them. I was using Procreate because I could do that. I could put it back into Procreate too. So I have options. But as I said, I'm not a professional animator, so I don't really have like an app per se that I'm actively using or anything. So cute. It's like silly and goofy. Just how I likes it. I might be able to do most of this by selection source. So let's see that. Smaller so I can make it smaller so that I can still see what I'm doing and still reference it. Oh shoot! Let's leave probably for this because I. Now it's alright. I'm gonna keep her freckles really simple this time too because it's an animation to clear circles. Having a reference sheet for your OC is so like helpful. And I forgot how helpful it was because I haven't made an OC a reference sheet in a really long time. I completely forgot how helpful it is to have one. But having one for Brie Bear has been so nice already. I've been able to like get a commission and of her right now, like drawing her. Like I don't need to guess like what colors I need for everything because it's right there. I don't need to like guess what colors I need or anything like that because it's all just here. So I think it's definitely helpful, especially since she's becoming some sort of mascot of sorts. So it's a lot more helpful if I don't have to like guess what colors she is. I can just see, because I probably will draw her more often than most OCs. So be able to have all her colors and stuff just there. Helpful, helpful. This I am glad I took the time to draw the frames yesterday, like to sketch them out, because y'all did not need to watch like an hour and a half of me struggling to figure it out. So I'm glad I just went ahead and did that otherwise, because it just would have been a waste of time. Make sure I'm getting everything. These will stay separate, because I actually don't think I want the inside of the glasses to have the color. I think we'll see how this looks and then see based on that. I just think I just want like muted because it's in the glasses. Mm. Let me see how it looks with this. No, I think I like the clear silhouette of the glasses. I don't want that broken up. So I think what I'll just do is I'll lighten up the color holds in the glasses. The color holds will be lighter for the parts that are in the glasses, I think. That'll be alright. After that. Oh, hi, Jimmy! Thank you! I hope you're doing good. I'm just doodling a little, what will be, if I can finish it in time, what will be a little, like, birthday video I'll post on my actual birthday. I don't think it needs to have any of this that clips through the glasses, actually. Just for clear expression. Oh, you're sculpting, yeah! I think that's awesome that you're getting commissions for those too, because you're really good at it. That's awesome. Yeah, I've been well too. I've been busier, the closer it gets to going back to school. I've had to do like some stuff to get ready to go back. But besides that, I've been good. What color did I make her? Oh, the dark. Okay, so now I'm going to remove on the other frame. I'm going to remove the hair pieces too because I don't know, it clutters her eye expression. Yeah. Yeah, back to school season always brings like all this stuff with it. But like once you get there, then it like equalizes again a little bit. But I don't know, man. Before school is the part that's like, oh my gosh, okay. And I'm not in a dorm situation anymore. It'll be an apartment situation, so as well. So that'll be kind of like that brings a whole new world of other things I need to make sure I'm ready for this time. But I think once I get there, it'll be all right. All right, so that looks good. Move forward. Next frame. Yes, apartments. We both had the same big brain idea. Yeah, I just was ready to like be able to cook my own food and have my own like space, not have to do like community bathrooms anymore. I guess overall I was getting tired of dorm situations, so like let's go for an upgrade. Same. It's just like I can only take so much. I can only take so much of it. I was like, it's fine. Maybe I'll just stay in a dorm the whole time. No, nah, nah, nah. I think I'll like this a lot better. Plus, I feel like because it'll be like a more homey environment. Like when I go, like when I come back from classes or whatever, I'll be really able to like kind of separate school and life because the apartment is so much more like homey in a way. But I think I'm definitely really. I think my biggest excitement is to be able to just like cook. Like I don't have to rely solely on the dining halls anymore. I can make other meals if I so desire. Thank you. Sorry to be flipping to back and forth to trying to make sure it's consistent somewhat. Yeah, that too. Like, I got lucky where my first 2 years I had a single, but last year I had to have roommate, and it's just like such a small space. Like my roommates weren't even like a problem. It's just that it's such a small, small space for two people to try to share. It was not for me. Um, and this time I am sharing, but I got lucky where one of my like childhood friends is on campus now, so I'm sharing with her. So it should be good because I feel like we've never lived together and that can be different, but I feel like because we've known each other so long, whatever comes up, we'll be able to like talk. We'll be able to like talk it through and figure it out. Yeah, exactly. Like the hours would be so weird, especially like night classes would be terrible because I wouldn't always have time to eat before, but then like after everything would be closed that's close and I don't have a car. So I just have to like try to find something to snack on. It was just like, this is not it. So now I won't have that struggle. Oh yay! Well finally you will get that like, private space, private living space. I'm happy for you. Yeah, the good thing is though, even though I'm sharing a apartment, I get my own bedroom, which is really that makes me very happy. That is so valid. Yeah, do it. Yeah, because when I had my single, that's what I did. Like part of my room was just like my studio area, where I had like a cheap like pop up table that I could paint on or whatever and stuff like that. So it's really nice. It comes in handy. Did that in the big size, not the small size. I was wondering why it looked a little different. I love this, like, kind of gremlin alternate form of Brie Bear. It always makes me giggle when I draw it. It's just a little baby. This ear a bit bigger here. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Me too. One day I might have to make a ref for that form because I've drawn it a lot this year just because like shorthand is a bit quicker, than full like anthro form, I guess. I can't wait to take the animation class this semester because I don't want to do animation as a career, I don't think, but I do like making like little silly short animation in my free time, so I'm excited to have hopefully a bit more fuel, like more knowledge to make those what I want them to be. Oh no, I get you. Yeah, like I was in a weird situation where as like little kid, I thought I wanted to be a animator. I thought I wanted to make cartoons on the animation side of it, but I quickly realized I don't have the patience to do that as like a career. But I'm still very like passionate about animation as a whole. So what I'm thinking is I just might eventually try to, if I ever make it back to the animation pipeline, it would be somewhere that's not the actual animation. But that's a bit like hard because usually in those fields you need to have some type of animation touch because there's like character design and stuff that I could try, but yeah, it's really weird. But I think at my core, I just want to be illustrator, an illustrator, not an animator. But I'm hoping that the class is beginner friendly, at least, and I don't feel like I'm in over my head. But thank you. I hope I do have some fun with it too. But I anticipate it's going to be a little bit stressful, or a lot stressful, just because people I know who have taken it, that's what they said. They said it was pretty stressful to have to animate on a deadline like that. Yeah, because for me with animation, it always is a bit tricky. Like it messes with my patience because like I can take a really long time on an illustration, but I see my progress. So like if I work for 3 hours, I can see like the clear progress of 3 hours when I look back at it. But with animation, you can work on something for like 2 hours and barely see like a change sometimes. And that always messes with me because part of my motivation when I'm like working on something for a long time is like my forward momentum. So that's what got me, I think. Thank you. Yeah, it's a required. I think it's a required course, so that's why I'm in it. But we'll see. It'll be my last year, so I don't need any curveballs. Right, exactly. Yeah, like that's the thing. Like I did like ceramics and stuff like that, and again, it's like those classes are not my forte at all. So it's like animation, at least it's digital media, which I know how to do. And it's not ceramics or sculpture where I was just completely just like somewhere I did not want to be and I don't want to work in that. I don't know. And also with the way it's taught to ceramics and stuff was just like, oh my gosh, that I survived. I think that's the key with even those hard studios. Like, just focus on surviving. Just focus on surviving and just know when you finish it, you won't have to do it again ever if you don't want to. That's what got me through, especially sculpture. Just thinking to myself, once you finish this class, you never have to like touch these like tools ever again if you don't want to. Oh no, I totally get you. Yeah, working with ceramic clay was kind of the doozy part. Like it's much more stiff and kind of unforgiving in a way. One thing you could do is uh, and you I don't think you haven't taken the 3D like ZBrush course because if you wanted to, you can use that I believe to replace one of your 3D studios. So I believe if you really wanted to, you could take ZBrush and then not have to take ceramics, but you would just have to talk to your advisor about it. Because I use ZBrush to avoid metals because I don't like welding. It scares me, so I didn't want to weld. So I wanted to avoid metals, so I took ZBrush, and now I don't have to take metals. But I feel that honestly, I have thoughts. I have thoughts. My thoughts, my thoughts is that like I feel like the illustration program should be shifted, maybe just a touch. Like I think that for illustration, we shouldn't have to take as many 3D studios. I don't think so. Like I feel like instead of having like ceramics and sculpture be required, they should be replaced with comics and ZBrush as required classes, because I feel like 3D modeling and comic making are way more in line with like illustration as a career field than ceramics and sculpture. But those are just my thoughts. Because I think it's like a shame that comics, for one, isn't required, because like, I guess in my situation, I probably won't be able to take comics. I might be able to take it next year, like in the spring, but I might not be able to because it's not even like a required class. So I have to focus, unfortunately, first on making sure all my required classes are in, and then I can consider taking it. But so I'm really hoping I can take it in the spring, but I don't think so, because I think it's like, but I might not be able to because of that. But I feel like if it was just a required course, because it makes sense to be a required course, then I wouldn't have to worry about that. Oh my gosh, I couldn't agree more. Exactly like that. Like, I just think we shouldn't have to take, like, I think it's 3 or 4 that we're required to take. I don't think that should be the amount. Oh my gosh, you're in a favor. Honestly, as you should, Jimmy, because it's something that it's very frustrating at times. Because I think they should definitely limit it so that you can at least choose. Because, like, if I had a choice, I would not take, like, sculpture, because it's like so far removed from anything I want to do. So I think removing one required like slot would give more wiggle room to everyone to like really choose in a more precise way the classes they want to take, like to fill out their curriculum. Okay. I think it looks pretty accurate. Right, exactly. Yeah, because I was in a similar way where at first I was completely adverse to taking like the 3D classes. I was just like, why? But after taking them, they did teach me like important things. Like, one thing I feel like I gained a better grasp of from 3D classes, especially, is like the real importance and the difference that thoroughly planning like art can make. Like, it's not to say I never planned my work, but I used to plan a lot less. Like when I would draw, but like taking classes like ceramics and sculpture, because you're using like supplies, you did have to plan a lot more, and I started incorporating that level of like planning into my work, and I saw a big difference in what I was able to really accomplish. As well as it teaches you skills like time management a lot more, like in a way too, especially because you're like building stuff and you have to wait for supplies or wait for stuff to dry and stuff. But yeah, no, I agree that I think that there's more applicable classes that are offered in the curriculum that should definitely be a part of the required curriculum more than some of these 3D classes, in my opinion. Get out of there. I can see. The hardest part for me with animation at times is like I feel like when I draw, I add like a lot of like flourish, like a lot of little details, little like texture details and whatever. But if I did that on an animation, it would be counterintuitive because it would just make it take way longer. Because then I would have to try to, put that in maybe every time I draw whatever I put the detail on for consistency. So I have to like restrain myself, especially in the early stages, so I don't do that to myself. But that's another reason why I'm not an animator, because I don't want to have to pay attention to that. I want to honestly, my biggest thing, I don't want to have to draw like such. I think it's such little movements. Like with comics, I'm okay like drawing a character over and over again because it's not like itty bitty movements. But with a really detailed animation, you might have to draw a character over and over again and just move like one part of their body, and that would drive me insane after a while. And it did. When I thought I was an animator, it did. That that's what I think is kind of cool about art, though. That there truly is kind of something for everyone in the realm of art. So even though I can't really handle it, there's lots of people who do like really good at it. almost forgot about this ear. Sorry. I'm glad I moved her. Right, exactly. That's why I feel like it's important to kind of try different like art practices so that you can get a grasp on what you like and don't like as far as art goes. Because that's how I am. Like I don't mind like making comics, but I know for sure I do not like animating, and overall I prefer just single illustrations over sequential art as a whole. So I think it's just important to try other things so that you know for sure. Okay, I know exactly that I like this because I've tried the other ones and it just didn't feel the same. I think that's the biggest thing I learned. Like as a kid, I used to think like people develop their art styles and stuff by just forcing themselves to draw one thing. But when I realized that it was actually the opposite, and to find like your art style, to find what you like to draw, you have to draw all sorts of different things. I feel like my third eye was open in terms of art. It's when you think of it that way, then it becomes a whole nother ballgame. You're like, wait, no. Exploration is the way I feel like too. Um, Discovery. On one hand, I do wish that Painful Sigh had like an onion skin mode, but it also does not advertise itself as an animation software in any sense, so I can't really fault it for not having one because it does not uh it's not animation friendly in that way. But that's why at some point, probably after I graduate, I'll start really trying to learn like Clip Studio. Right, exactly. You find what works for you, and then you can stick with it. The thing about Clip Studio is I have it because a while ago it went on. It always goes on like crazy sales every now and again, and it went on a crazy sale for $25. So I bought it because I was like, oh my gosh, it's only $25. And I've had it, but I'm too, like, not scared, but I'll try it, but it's unknown to me. So I always end up coming back to what I know, which is this program, Painful Side. But I think I want to graduate from it because though I really love it and it's really nice in a lot of ways, it's kind of limited. But it is made by like one guy, so that kind of makes sense. But like, there's a lot of tools that a lot of other drawing programs have that Paint Toolside just does not have, and probably will never have. But I don't think I realized how limited it was. Sorry, my phone's. I didn't realize how limited it was until I got Procreate for the iPad and realized how many features are on, like, in a literal iPad app that aren't on this program I paid $60 for. So that makes alone makes me want to, like, upgrade to something else. But I've been using it for over 10 years, so I'm so like attached to it in a way because of that. But with time comes change. Kirby music always makes me quite nostalgic because I played the like new. Well, not I haven't played the newest Kirby game, but I played the one before that's on the Switch as well. But honestly, I was much more into Kirby when I was small. Because the Wii game, the Kirby Wii games were kind of fire. My favorite part about Kirby is it's so easily multiplayer. Like, some games are multiplayer, but it feels harder to play it multiplayer than just to play it single player. But Kirby games have always been, well, not always, but starting with the Wii era, I guess they were easily multiplayer. In fact, it helps you to play with another person, and having a sibling, a game being multiplayer is kind of a big deal. I'm glad I did that on a separate layer because I knew it'll get a little messy. Capacity to, at least. My hope is that some point this year I can get like an actual microphone. And honestly, the large reason I'd be getting it is for streaming because I never had the desire to have one before. But now that I'm streaming and I want to make this a regular thing, I want to sound good. But it'll come in handy for other things because like I occasionally do like little voice acting projects with my friends, and I found, ways to soundproof it enough where it sounds decent with just like my web microphone or my phone microphone. But I want to have like, it would be cool if I had a professional or just a microphone at all to record that type of stuff with. Because ultimately, anything will it sounds best when it's on like an actual mic rather than a phone or webcam mic. I also want to eventually upgrade from a PNG tuber. I want to try to my hand at. I heard it's kind of hard. Well, but anything's really hard, when you first are learning it. But I've heard that live 2D is kind of a doozy to learn. But I would like to learn and make my own little VTuber probably. I really want to just now that I'm recognizing that this is something I want to put time into, I want to jazz it up whenever I can. Just keep upgrading it, making it better. All right, let's add some color. Mhm. That's cute. Oh, but I bet it's a great little bow tie. I used to sculpt a lot of little like things when I was younger. I should get back into it. Silly little bow tie. I used to do like a lot of sculpting because I feel like the videos that were like out there on YouTube when I was younger were a lot of those like polymer clay tutorials. So I used to like binge watch those, and then I was, then went to my parents, was like, can I get the clay and like start making stuff? So I used to like sculpt a lot of random little things, and then I got into Littlest Pet Shop. So I would like sculpt to make like custom Littlest Pet Shops. So I used to do a lot of like hands-on stuff like that. But lately I've been getting the itch, to go backwards and go back to that again. Yeah. Yeah, sculpting is it's a lot of fun. I just think like sometimes like there's a certain satisfaction from like making something 3D that you can like hold. Because I'm a 2D art, enjoyer, but there's something very satisfying about making something that you can like hold and feel the weight of, and know that you made it with your own, you made that heavy thing that you're holding. This playlist I found is playing a lot of Nintendo bangers. Like, why isn't it coloring? I was still in the other selection there. feel like my muscle memory is starting to kick in a little bit. I'm remembering the details without having to look. I need to stop using my line art brush to erase because it leaves a lot of like residues. Oh, I think oh my gosh, my music stopped. We ran out of song. Let's see, I listen to this one so much, but it's so good, so I'll put it on again. I think. No, let's do this. Oh, through costume making. That's so cool. I didn't even think about that, but that there is a lot of sculpting that often goes into making like costumes, so that makes sense. Yeah, I definitely think I will, especially like when I graduate. I think that that's gonna be one of my priorities is to try to like rekindle a lot of the other hobbies that I wouldn't say like that I forgot about, but just like I put so much focus on improving on art that they or drawing that they kind of fell to the wayside. So I want to rekindle a lot of those old hobbies that I used to indulge in as a kid. Needle felting was so fun. I used to needle felt all the time too. That was so fun. Because it was almost like making like little plushies, but like without having to sew all the way. It's just like it was so fun. And art, oh yeah, that would be so cool. Honestly, that's one of the things I always wanted to do is make one of those like art dolls. Specifically, I've always been a big fan of those like posable ones. Yeah, definitely. I think when I graduate, I'm gonna try to rekindle a lot of those things because I'll need the hobbies anyway. Like if I make my art, my drawing is gonna be my career, so I want to make sure I have other artistic hobbies that I can do that will fulfill my urge to create. But like if I need a break from drawing, it doesn't have to be drawing. Yes, you should. You should rekindle costume making. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes. Dr. Nap, art doll. I need to see that one day. Oh yeah, sure. I would appreciate that. Because I definitely think I definitely want to try that in my lifetime. Well, That makes it sound like it won't be for forever. My goal is, yeah, after I graduate, just try to rekindle all those old hobbies. So sewing and art, doll making, stuff like that is definitely among that. Because lately, my hobby that I found a lot of comfort in is cross stitching. I've been cross stitching, and it kind of has it's fulfilling for now, like my urge to work with like needle and thread again. But needle felting, it can be like perfectly mindless too when I need to just like kind of zone out. So that right now has been my like hands-on kind of hobby that I've been playing with. I recently learned that there's like apps and websites where you can make your own custom cross stitching like pattern. So I think after I finish the one I'm working on right now, that'll be my next project to make like a custom pattern and try to complete it. Because to learn, I've just been doing, like ones that are bought. Like you buy a already made pattern to do. But being an artist, my favorite thing is to make my own thing, not use someone else's. So no, exactly. I feel that. Yeah, I have a lot of like those types of projects that I just want to pursue so bad. But time, man, time and life. Like one big project I really want to do again is make a fursuit because when I was younger, I made a head, like a fursuit head, but I was like so young. I was like really young, so it was good for my age. But now that I knowing what I know and with my artistic skill having improved, I just think I could make like something I could make something really cool, I feel like. I just feel this in my heart. So I so bad want to make one, but I just don't have the time or resources right now, and there's other stuff to do. But as soon as I get the chance, that is one of the projects I definitely want to pursue. Yeah, I think so too. Like, I've been thinking about it like so much, like lately. Like lately, it's been like a reoccurring thought. Like, oh my gosh, I just wish I had a fursuit, at least the head. So that's definitely a project I'm gonna do at some point. And I would either make one of Free Bear, because like I already have her design already, or I would make like another design to try. But I just something inside me just wants a fursuit, wants to make. In particular, I want to make like my body just wants to make a fursuit. So it is something I will do as soon as I get the chance. But sewing is one thing that I really enjoy. So I guess want to continue working with needle and thread is something I used to do a lot as a kid, and now that I've rekindled it a little bit with cross stitching, it just makes me want to do it more. I just want to make stuff with needle and thread so bad. It just there's something about it for me. Exactly. When life lightens up, if it ever does, that's the goal, to just indulge it with that time. But yeah, I feel that. Once again, I'm using another layer for the hair because I feel like it's going to get messy. This time I'm going to draw a little guideline for the ear so that I don't have to struggle coloring it this time. I'm gonna make these claws tinier to match how tiny I've been drawing them so far. Leg is looking odd, so I'm going to just conform it. Right. Color time. Oh, I forgot. Oh, I guess I don't totally need them, but I probably little cheek creases. No, I did all that on the wrong layer. I hate I hate when I do this. I was wondering why it was looking so weird. Oh well. Part of the line art was looking really weird, and I was just like, what? Glad I noticed before I had finished, like, the whole thing. So that it's the same, because it's the same, like, pose for the feet, so the marking down there should be the same. Where's your mouth? There it is. Yeah, having a reference sheet makes this so easy, like, so much easier. And if I didn't, then I was just kind of color picking a bit more randomly. Alright. Get you out the way. Alright. Coming along. We're nearly halfway. After this, we'll be halfway pretty much through the frames. So I'm making progress. It's always nice to work on something simple after working on stuff that's more complex. Gives my brain a little breather. Getting closer. I do not want all the residue. Give me one sec. I just want to close my door real quick. Okay, I'm back. I just had to close my door. And just in time, penguins are true gods. Thank you for following. I love that emote too. That's so silly. No dance. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. Just taking it easy this Friday, doing a little doodle animation that I plan to post for my birthday on Monday. And I hope you're doing good too. Aw, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Usually I'll do just like a regular kind of drawing for my birthday because I always like to post something to make myself, to make to remind myself that it is a special day sort of thing. But this time I wanted to do an animation. So I'm keeping it simple because I'm not an animator, but I just wanted to switch it up a little bit. Oh yeah, work will do that to you, but hopefully you can chill a little bit now. Aw, thank you. Yes, it's very true. It's very true that it is. I'm trying to always remind myself that. Because it's a cool thing alone to make it to each new year. So it's worth celebrating. I keep running out of music. I think I'll try this. Yeah, let's just go back to this. No, I get you. It'd be like that. It'd just be like, wow, okay. I did it once more. That sounds like the fun life. Fun times. Being penguin. I live similar life, except I pretend to be bear. Hopefully one day a VTuber bear. For now, PNG tuber. I guess that's right. In the wild, it might be a different story, but here in Twitch land, we are friends. But I'm not a polar bear, so I promise I'm not much of a threat. I'm just a little teddy bear. Alright, color time. Oh my goodness, you're a powerful penguin. Your name makes all the more sense now. You're such a powerful penguin. I respect that. do this again so that the marking is consistent. Oops, get that out of here. I sleep well. Sleep well, Pengu. Thank you for stopping by again, and thank you for the follow. Sleep well. Alright, let's do the snaz. I'm gonna do it this way to make it easier for myself. I don't know, I must have used my line art brush on this one. Try not to do that. So probably time to do like a couple more frames, so let's see what we can get done. Oops. I always start with the snaz. I think it's the easiest jumping off point. I realize 90% of the time when I draw glasses, I forget to do the what are they even called? The handles, the the legs, I guess, of them. Forget to do them always. Or the arms, or what would be, I guess. So in my sketch, I did not draw the arms like at all, so I haven't been drawing the arms at all. I think it's okay for this since it's just kind of like a doodle. It's just doodle adjacent. Her arm is gonna cover the third hair spike there. don't you just do the hair? Right, right. The hair should probably squish down a little bit. Just the hair. Color time. Do it again to make sure the leg marking is consistent. I forgot to select that area. Little sliver. Alright. I feel like I always color everything in a similar order. I always get these unfilled spots. Alright. Let's see. Let's look at what the next frame is, because depending on that, I might stop here or I might try the next frame. Hmm. It shouldn't be too bad. Sure, I'll at least line art it. At least I'll do the line art. Do a quick save. Same nose shape. Alright, so I'll do the hair real quick. I think I'll do it on a separate. Okay, so there's the liner. That one's done, and I don't think I have the time right now to color it this time, but we got pretty far. We got a little bit more than halfway through all the frames. So I'm happy with that. And you will see the completed animation come this Monday on my birthday. That's the goal, and I'm gonna work hard to finish it. It took me only 3 hours to get to this point, so I'm sure that I will be able to accomplish that. So I think I'm going to wrap up stream there then. Thank you to everyone who came, and thank you to everyone who just supported me in this time. This is my first time making streaming a consistent thing. So just thank you to everybody who followed or interacted at all. It's been a really cool experience watching my channel slowly kind of grow. So it's been really fun. I will be back. I just will be going on a hiatus more so from my schedule for a little bit, so there will be no scheduled streaming for a little bit while I settle into school and figure out what new schedule I can implement that works around my classes and stuff. But that doesn't mean I won't stream at all. I might do a few spontaneous streams here and there, but just I will be on a little hiatus from a scheduled streaming, a streaming schedule. But the schedule will return hopefully soon as I get settled back into school. But thank you all again. I hope you all have a great weekend and a great rest of your day. And I will see you on the flip side. Bye bye.